Canada, apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy. Oh.
Not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? The broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was...
When Whoopi Goldberg shares her opinion and runs into Greg Gutfeld's sharp wit back, Tyrus Gayos erupts. One moment, Whoopi is making a serious point, and the next, she's facing a tidal wave of public backlash. But it's not just. Her argument that crumbles, this isn't your typical talk show, debates a viral moment full of unexpected comedy that has everyone talking.
Day, everyone. Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, a.k.a. Karen Johnson. Yeah, who knew Whoopi was a Karen? I thought that was only for white people, like Toyota Priuses and skiing. Roll it, Francis.
Good morning and welcome to The View. You all saw the news. Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks. Okay?
So cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of...
Whoopi Goldberg, known as a leading voice on daytime TV, turned what should have been a straightforward political discussion into a dramatic and confusing moment filled with contradictions. But this time, it backfired. A surprising twist. She became the one facing criticism, and even mockery, leaving many of her own supporters stunned.
BBC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race. Except now.
The Holocaust isn't about race. No. It's not about race.
It's
about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid.
That's right, Whoopi Goldberg took a major hit from Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus, and they didn't even have to appear on The View to do it. That doesn't say everything about how the landscape has shifted. What does? Let's rewind for a moment. Picture a typical day on The View where facts often take a back seat. Accountability is rare, and outrage is just part of the script. Sitting in her usual chair, Whoopi looked fired up, like someone forced to defend common sense in a debate she never signed up for. And that's where the real problem begins.
The problem is that you have to go after the racist people. And if the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show, or man, that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day, that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know...
Whoopi Goldberg went off again this time, insisting that anyone who disagrees with her must be a threat to democracy. It was classic View drama. But outside that bubble, the internet had other ideas. On their late-night show, Greg Gutfeld, Tyrus responded not with shouting, but with sharp humor and straight talk. Gutfeld's dry wit cut through the noise, landing a blow more powerful than any of Whoopi's usual one-liners.
Today on The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban?
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women, right, wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on religion. Are these values really much different than the Taliban's?
Wow. Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump.
Whoopi Goldberg went off again this time after Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus called out the usual Hollywood hypocrisy. Gutfeld didn't even mention her by name. He didn't need to. Simply pointed out how celebrity commentators like Whoopi often demand others educate themselves, while revealing how little they actually know. Tyrus was ready with a sharp punchline, dropped a brutal metaphor that cut through the noise and left Whoopi's credibility in pieces. The most interesting part, none of this happened on The View, yet Whoopi reacted like it was a personal attack. She stared into the camera with all the dramatic flair of a Hollywood monologue and made it clear she was offended. Again, but that's become part of her playbook. She doesn't engage in real debate, she declares. When challenged, she rarely responds with facts. Instead, she claps back with sarcasm and a worn-out tone, as if being questioned is somehow beneath her. At this point, it's no longer surprising. Whoopi has made a habit of treating criticism like a personal assault even when it's delivered. With humor and truth, that's exactly why more people are tuning in to voices like Gutfeld and Tyrus. They're saying what everyone's thinking, and doing it without taking themselves too seriously.